And welcome back, everyone, to its Last Call. Last Call with the alcohol, only on the Last Call YouTube channel. Now, join me on the line. This man here, well, he's looking to bounce back onto the winning column. They'll be taking on Kai Kameda at Bellator 279 all the way in Hawaii. Well, he's getting his swim trunks, his MMA trunks, and all the trunks in between having his business holiday trip. I give you once again Jay Train himself, Justin Gonzales.
What's up, guys? Thank you for having me, man. I look forward to bouncing back here soon. Hope everybody's doing well.
So let's start off here. You're taking on a guy who you're fighting in his backyard. He's a former UFC vet who a lot of people thought got screwed in Bellator's sign. He won his first fight. Was there any reserve about taking one in his backyard? I mean, he's going to be training full-time, living in Hawaii, hop, skip, and jump from where he is to the arena for you. You're going to be at the flying out. That usually takes probably about a good 7-hour flight at least.
Yeah, 6-7 hours, I believe. You always get worried about being hometown, but you know what? I think if I go out there and I fight the best of my abilities, man, I ain't gonna leave it to the judges. So I could eliminate that factor right off the bat. I know he's tough, man. I know he's tough. He's going to come. He's going to bring it. He's going to come and bang. But, hey, man, so am I. I'm no joke either, so I'm ready to get back on the winning side of things.
He has more experience than you. He's been in more of these kind of fights. So when you have a guy like that who knows how to sometimes, make you do what he wants to do, it can be very subtle. Maybe just a little tap here, a little bump here. I mean, how tough is it fighting somebody who he knows what you're going to do, and he knows how to avoid it and how to counter it. And so you have to be more crafty about stuff. You can't just telegraph what you're going to do.
Yeah, man. Coming off the last fight, I took some things really personal. I took a little break. I analyzed a lot of things, and man, we just had to evolve. So I really like being in that big fight. It gave me a lot of exposure. Gave me a lot of experience, so it was fun. I'm still gonna go out and fight the same way I'm gonna fight. Try to knock him out on the feet. If I want to take him down, sure, I might take him down. If I'm tagging him up, shoot, there's no reason to. So Kai's had some big fights, man. He's fought a lot of tough guys, and I just think I'm better, man, to be honest. So of course, whenever they gave me that name, I was like, hey, this is a good fight. He's a tough opponent, big name. It's a good win for me. And that's all I'm focused on right now. Like I said, just getting back on that winning pack and then, making that title run again.
So you said you took some time off. You did some self-analyzing. So for this fight camp, what have you and your team done to either shake things up, do things different, or just even tweak things like you did before?
We're getting putting myself in a lot of different spots. Being a wrestler background, a lot of people don't take me down, but, hey, it's going to happen sometimes in this game, but, we're also focusing on some diverse striking. I think I was a little, kind of one punch. How do I want to say it? I got a little punch drunk, got pulled into this brawl where, normally just need to, slow down, analyze my punches and make them count instead of just trying to land that big knockout punch, Plus we're having a lot of fun with it, learning new things isn't always the funnest, but whenever you start putting it together and mixing it all up, it kind of changes the game for me. I think I'm a lot better fighter now. So I got some things in store for him.
Take me back to the Pico fight. What went right? What went wrong? And how tough was it fighting somebody who he's that rare breed where he can out wrestle anybody? And it's not just, the first round, second round. It's the third round. He's attacking. He's pressing. He's switching. He's doing all this stuff. And it's almost like he's forcing you to go be on defensive no matter what, whether it's stuffing them, striking. I mean, how tough was it fighting somebody who constantly knows how to take you down, not do the same thing?
It was a very fun fight, man. I think I tagged him with a couple shots. I know right off the bat I tagged him. I could see his eyes. I saw his knees buckle a little bit. And then him, and he tagged me with some shots. So it was really fun to kind of be in an exchange like that. Ultimately, I think those takedowns were the deciding factor, man. He kind of had his way with them, hasn't happened to me in a long time, but hey, that's part of the game. That's what makes it fun. So, man, just like I said, man, really fun fight. He's a really good kid. He's got a bright future in this game. So, I had to fight him a little different. I think, maybe I need to get back to my movement. And I wasn't on. It was a good fight, but it wasn't my best out there. And him, hey man, he had a hell of a performance. So I think I show up, I do a couple things different and get my movement right, mix up my striking. I think I still can win that fight. So yeah.
How much? I mean, and you had talked about it. You said the path to you was you want to make it into a brawl. You want to get him to do what he did against, especially Henry Corrales, where he forgets the wrestling, he goes striking. Were you surprised that, especially for this fight, when you tried to get him to the brawl, he went, okay, I'm going back to the wrestling. I mean, were you surprised that he was able to be sort of that much dedicated to the plan, where usually it's you start trading, he starts trading, he forgets his wrestling, all of a sudden that's where you can nail him. This time it seemed like he was, I'm not giving up on wrestling. It's going to be wrestling or die for me.
No, hey, if you're good at something, you want to win, man. You win, get your full check. You lose, you get half of it. So I knew at some point he would wrestle. It was, dude, he's good at it, So, I expect him to stay in the brawl a little bit more. That's what I was kind of thinking. I thought if I could kind of pull him into some things, it would make him want to. But, hey, man, he's on top of his game. He's learning as he's starting to grow, and he's still growing. So I think he did exactly what he had to do, man. I can't be mad at the guy for doing it. If I was in that boat, I'd probably do the same thing. So always looking to win, always looking to finish. And hey, man, it was a good fight, man. It was a fun fight. I think the fans got what they wanted out of it. So
that's the other part I was going to say was it's funny. You got more love, it seemed, from your loss than your win against Taiwan Claxton. A lot of people were like moved down, going, "Oh, it's kind of boring. I don't know how well he's going to do." And all of a sudden, the Pico fight comes, and it's like, "Yeah, he lost the fight, but hey, it was a fun fight here. Hey, he hit himself well. He wasn't good overall." I mean, do you find it funny that your lone loss got you more props from a lot of people rather than all those wins that you had racked up before the loss?
It's funny how this game works, and there's all sorts of ups and downs and wild cards. Yeah, it did. It's a really weird, bittersweet, because hey, I had fun. Sure, it didn't go my way. I learned a lot from it, but still, I bounced back. I was healthy after coming out of it. Man, I was still able to go out that night and see my family, my friends, my fans. So, it was really interesting hearing a lot of people message me on just my social media and just kind of be like, hey man, you're a gangster. You can throw down, you can take a punch. You got it, man. So it was really funny. It was really interesting getting a lot of love after a loss. But at the end of the day, it kind of still stung because I was like, hey man, it's not what I wanted. I want to be the best in the world. I want to be the best in this game. So interesting how that works, right?
How nice was it, that fight? And I know we talked about, when you fought Taiwan Claxton, it was it's starting just to let fans in, but not a lot. You're all of a sudden the Pico fight. There's a lot of fans. I mean, it's in Florida.
Oh yeah,
and there was a lot of big crowd was there. It was a hot crowd. What's that like? All of a sudden going back to that where you start, missing that, adrenaline. All of a sudden, you go through, you're walking out to the cage, fight week. There's just that adrenaline where it's like, yes, this feel, there's a crowd version, and there's emotion. It feels good rather than just going to a crowd, crowdless fights. Like, oh yeah, feels like a sparring session.
Yeah,
in my corner.
It's a lot different, man. Having the people, you can feel the atmosphere, you can feel the tension, you can hear the roars in the crowd, and it's like it's exciting, man. I love it. I eat that shit up. It's at first it was kind of something I didn't really pay attention to, but as you start getting a little more how do I want to say, just becoming a veteran in the game and getting these higher profile fights, you start to love it. And realistically, man, you have to, because if you don't, that shit can kind of eat you alive and really change your performance out there. So being in front of a huge crowd again, all the people screaming my name, all the love from the fans, it was great, man. I'm so tired of this fanless fights and like the whole COVID nonsense. It was just great to be back to normal, being able to do what I love, and just being back to a sense of normal living. You know, I think the fans loved it. I think I loved it. It was just a great all around experience just to be back to normal.
So I guess a big question: how many people have hit you up going, "Hey, Justin, buddy, pal, take me to Hawaii"? Like your mom goes, Justin, I've never been to Hawaii. Can you take the girls? Go, hey, we get some romantic fun here. We can cross off some lists here on the bucket list of Hawaii. Even Dad's going, son, I love you. Take me to Hawaii. I mean, they're all putting the pressure going, we want to go to Hawaii. Take us with you.
Man, it's as soon as it got announced, everybody was hitting me up. You know, it's kind of used to it now. Everybody's like, oh, congrats on the fight, man. That's sick. Hawaii's fun. Bunch of people, like you said, like, oh, I want to go, man. I want to go to Hawaii. Bring me with you. It's funny, man. It's all part of the game. So you got to kind of roll with those punches here and there. I already got a bunch of family and friends saying they're going to go. They're already booking their tickets. So, hey, get your tickets if you want to watch the J train roll on, you know?
So I got to ask, who is going with you to Hawaii? Who got the tickets besides your coach? I mean, because I'm guessing Bellator gave you like maybe an extra ticket to bring. So is the girlfriend, the mother, father, like who's getting that extra ticket?
Right now it's just me and one of my coaches. One of the other coaches, unfortunately, he had some prior engagements with we have some other fighters fighting that Friday for LFA. So since they were booked up first, man, he committed to it. So I can't hate on him for that. I can't be upset about it. And ultimately we didn't have to take the fight if I didn't want to, but I feel like I can do it to get the job done, because at the end of the day, it's just me and him out there, you know? So I think girlfriend's going to stay home on this one. She has some stuff going on. I think my dad, my mom, my brother, couple fans, couple sponsors are already getting their tickets all locked in. So right now, hey, man, I got to remember, never been to Hawaii. I'm going to go have some fun. But this is a business trip. So me and my coach got it locked down. Got to go on business first, business then pleasure, you know?
I was going to say, because I'm guessing you're like, never been to Hawaii. I want to try surfing here. I want to swim. I mean, there's like clean beaches, clean water. Like you can see, like, oh crap, I can't see my feet. Like, how much are you looking going for you? Who, you know, you love to swim, you love to do all this, you know, outdoor stuff here. This for you, that must be like paradise. Like, oh my god, I can actually start, you know, surfing, waterboarding, wherever it is. It's like water and just warm weather.
It's you know, here in Colorado, it's starting to warm up a little bit. We still get a little bit of snow here and there, but honestly, I'm thinking about staying out there a couple extra days afterwards. So after I get a fat check in my pocket, I might go enjoy it out there for a couple of days with the family and friends and go really live it up and enjoy it for what it is. You know, being a professional fighter has provided me with the opportunity to go see the world. This is just part of it.
All comes down to, once again, you, Kai Kameda. I mean, the third, he's a good fighter. It's also not live. It's just not like you're getting a cupcake here. You're getting back in there with a shark. So how big is it in this fight for you, said, to work on all the things you did? You know, be more disciplined, be more, you know, patient. Like, how much of this fight is going to come down to more of the mental changes rather than the physical changes?
Shoot, man, you know, that's why I took the break, man. After that first loss, you know, you see a lot of people sometimes try to rush in there and then they take another one. And then they're like, oh shit, man, you know, now what do I do? So, you know, we all talked, me and my coaches, we're like, hey, you know, there's a lot of things going on. Slowed it down, broke it down, corrected them, working on them. And then now, whenever we were all ready, we all kind of agreed. We're like, all right, now let's bounce back and let's get back on track, you know? I think we've already beat the mental part. that was one of the first things we focused on. Physical part, been in the gym, been training. Once we got notice of the fight, we picked it up. Now we're about a month out, man. So, coming up against Kai Kameda, he is tough. He is a veteran of the game. But that's what I want, man. I don't want no easy fights, man. Whenever I step away from this game, I want to be able to prove to the world that I am one of the best fighters in the game and that I fought the best. And, whenever I'm ready to walk away, I can walk away with my head high and be all right with that.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are proud to have on the show. I give you with J-Train himself. I give you it's Justin Gonzales. Just before I let you go, where can fans check you out at? Where is Instagram, the website, Twitter, and who are the sponsors going to be for this fight coming up on Bellator 279?
Hey guys, you guys want to follow my journey, see what I'm doing, hanging out with my nieces, walking my dog, a little bit of training stuff. Follow me on Twitter or Instagram, JTrainXGang. Some of my sponsors, man, Rocky Mountain Flagging, Schmitz Telecom, Faithful Roofing. Let's see if I'm forgetting anybody. First Action Plumbing, Heating, and Air. I'm sure there's a couple more, but off the top of my head, if I forgot you, I'm sorry, guys. Much love.
Justin Gonzales, ladies and gentlemen, once again, always an honor, pleasure having on the show. We come back. A lot more going on here. Stay tuned for more great interviews only on Last Call. Last Call with the Alcohol, only on the Last Call YouTube channel.